Hey everyone, and welcome to Speech. In this video, we are going to learn about 8 signs you're emotionally damaged. Now, let's begin. Have you ever experienced emotional pain and hardships in your life? Have you struggled with intense feelings of loss, isolation, or regret? The concept of emotional damage can be difficult to explain or define, especially for those who are experiencing it. It affects every aspect of your life. Even simple things like daily routines and social relationships can be impacted by long-term emotional damage. For instance, if you had a toxic relationship in the past, the emotional trauma from it may disrupt your ability to genuinely trust others in your life. Even though a friend or partner has given you no reason to distrust them, those old emotional wounds can consistently affect your thoughts and feelings. The worst part is trying to explain the depth of your emotional hardships to friends and partners. You want to love and trust them the way they deserve, but you just can't, and that's a difficult thing for anyone to explain. This is just one example of emotional damage, as there are as many kinds of trauma as there are people in the world. Although every emotional wound is personal and should be treated differently, there are ways for damaged individuals to identify when something is not right in their lives. Everyone should learn to identify signs of emotional damage within themselves so they can face and begin to heal the deep wounds left by past hardships. Before we explain what emotional damage looks like, there's one thing we need to make clear. An emotionally damaged person is not sick or abnormal, and there is nothing wrong with experiencing emotional pain. It is no one's fault that they are struggling to cope with long-term trauma, and they are reacting as anyone would to a difficult and traumatic situation, which is not something worthy of ridicule. However, there are good and bad ways to cope with the pain in your life, and some coping mechanisms can do more harm than good. Many of these poor coping mechanisms are visible from the outside, allowing us to identify when someone is struggling with emotional trauma. If you notice 10 subtle signs in your life, you may be emotionally damaged, whether you realize it or not. Number 1. Hyperbolic consequences. Individuals who are emotionally damaged often overanalyze and obsess over trivial decisions. They may struggle with choosing what to wear, deciding on weekend plans, or even selecting a restaurant for dinner. Fearful thoughts such as, "What if I make the wrong choice?" or "What if others mock me for my actions, words, or clothing?" constantly plague them. They may recognize that these fears are unfounded or exaggerated, yet they cannot shake the nerves or sense of dread. Due to their emotional damage, the potential consequences of every choice feel imminent and tangible. Number 2. Unexplainable animosity. Individuals who are emotionally damaged often hold grudges against the people, places, and experiences that cause them pain. Even activities unrelated to their trauma may evoke bad memories or unwanted feelings of regret. They may also feel irrational resentment towards those who are happy, prosperous, or in love, as if these individuals have something they lack. These negative feelings, such as jealousy or anger, are not the fault of the happy individuals. Rather, they are a result of the ripple effects of past trauma, leaving the emotionally damaged person struggling to move on. Number 3. A history of trauma. Individuals who are emotionally damaged often struggle with memories of past bad decisions, failures, or rejections that have left deep wounds. These memories can be difficult to shake off and may even worsen the trauma by reliving the experience repeatedly. Often, you may find yourself searching for answers or wondering what you did wrong. If you find yourself constantly ruminating over past mistakes, it may be a sign of emotional damage. However, it is important to remember that it is possible to heal and move forward with time and effort. Number 4. Defensive explosions. Do you become touchy or defensive when certain topics come up? Are there sensitive subjects that people avoid discussing around you because they know you will react negatively? These are common signs of emotional damage. Even a mention of a sensitive subject can trigger a rush of negative emotions inside you, causing impulsive reactions as if you are being threatened or deceived once again. Instead of suppressing your emotions, try exploring them and communicating to others where your pain comes from. By openly acknowledging and expressing your trauma, you can cope more effectively and begin to heal those emotional wounds. Number 5. The detriments of isolation. Many people who experience emotional pain tend to withdraw both physically and emotionally. Following a negative experience, you may find it challenging to trust others, develop intimate relationships, or feel loved. You may be scared of being vulnerable and avoid making an effort with others because you fear that your efforts may lead to more pain. As a result, You isolate yourself from the world and withdraw from those who care about you. This type of isolation is often a defense mechanism where we distance ourselves from others to protect ourselves from emotional pain. However, this isolation only exacerbates the effects of emotional trauma. Interacting with other people is one of the most effective ways to cope with our emotions and overcome negative experiences. If you recognize yourself as an emotionally damaged person, know that the people in your life have much to offer you, but you have to take the first step and let them in. Number 6. Emotional exhaustion. Individuals who have internalized psychological trauma may struggle to emotionally connect with those around them. It's common for emotionally damaged individuals to exhibit low levels of empathy and engage in reckless or thoughtless behavior. However, your lack of empathy isn't a reflection of your personality or an indication that you're incapable of loving or caring for others. Rather, it's a result of the constant emotional exhaustion you experience due to past trauma. You may struggle to empathize with others because you find it challenging to empathize with yourself. To genuinely connect with others' emotions, you must confront your deepest and darkest feelings. Number 7. Deprivation of intimacy. People who have been emotionally damaged may struggle with their self-worth, which can cause them to avoid opportunities for love and friendship. This can lead to feelings of loneliness, helplessness, and desperation, making it difficult for them to recover. When you begin to doubt your self-worth, it can be challenging to change your opinion of yourself. Emotionally damaged individuals may blame themselves for problems in their personal and professional lives, even if it's not their fault. They feel a deep desire to punish themselves for their mistakes and deprive themselves of love because they don't think they deserve it. However, in these difficult times, it's essential to lean on loved ones. Although you may not feel worthy of love, your friends and family believe otherwise. If you let them, they will show you how much love and care you deserve. Number 8. Questioning reality. When you go through a challenging experience, your mind can be consumed by endless questions. For instance, after a breakup, you may question if anything was real and if you misread everything. These doubts and questions can lead to negative and depressive thoughts, shattering your confidence and making you feel hopeless and exhausted. Unfortunately, this emotional exhaustion can quickly lead you to a dark place. If you find yourself in this cycle, remember that it's normal to feel this way. Instead of pushing away your feelings, embrace them. Allow yourself to feel upset and express your honest emotions. Don't be afraid to ask questions and voice your confusion. Feeling lost and hopeless doesn't make you a bad person. Remember, you may be emotionally damaged for now, but you are still finding your way. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to support Speech. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.